Jubilee is almost like, you know how people want an into actors and like film people's lives? Jubilee is literally like that. It's like an Instagram on steroids.
I got all the awards.
No,
that particular year, Dilip Kumar Saab got the BFJ award for Sagina Mahato, best actor, and I was a child.
Okay. No, it's been
मुझे लगता है कि मुझे इस शूट कुर्सी से उठ जाना चाहिए.
But it's true, it's always the boys, they look the most in the mirror.
Oh God.
Always.
That's clarify कर रही है. Image खराब हो रही है मेरी.
Girls are maligned.
Okay. Hi and welcome to ETimes. My name is Jigar Shah and today we are in conversation with this cast and crew of Jubilee and I have loved the show. I've seen 5 episodes of it and at one point I actually went and checked if the 6th is out or not. Hoping गलती से भेज दे मेरे को छठा वाला भी भेज दे देख लूँ मैं. And I've got so many questions right now and so many to ask. Now,
He's taken notes.
I have taken notes, absolutely taken notes. It's like filled with right now.
So sweet.
Okay. Vikram sir, my first question to you is, your grandfather made a film called Andolan on which you've named your production house, which was in 51, technically part of Golden Era. In any way, is Jubilee like an homage to the stories you heard about making of that film?
Unfortunately, my grandfather passed away before I was born, so I never heard anything from him. And I think in my family, because Andolan as a film didn't do well,
Yeah.
I think it was a little bit of a taboo subject. कोई बात नहीं करता था उसके बारे में. So I had to kind of wean it out of my one grand aunt and father and that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's a separate thing. But the tribute is to, I think, just the movies that I love from that era anyway. So not specifically Andolan. That came in as a... So yeah, there are little Easter eggs of Andolan thrown inside
Yes.
Jubilee also as well. There's a couple of characters there who are kind of like tributes to people from my family who are there. So,
I have that question here with me. Okay, now when you see the film, it doesn't take. When you see it, you realize that Roy sir's character and Sumitra Kumari's character is kind of inspired by Himanshu Rai and Devika Rani. It looks like inspired from there. And in fact, even Sumitra Kumari was one who changed Yusuf Khan to Dilip Kumar. That's how Madan Kumar comes into picture. How difficult was it to not, or to run away or not run away from the real life situation which happened back in that era?
see, Jubilee is a fictional piece which, whether it's kind of like, it's an homage. So it's not based on anything. It's an homage to an era. So there are elements that you take which are real life, and but all of it is just speculation or fiction or a fictionalized version of certain. So even if you take even the characters, whether it's Madan Kumar or whether it's Jai Khanna, that there is the tribute that's being paid to all the stars of that era with little bits here. There's a little bit of Ashok Kumar, there's a little bit of Devanand, there's a little bit of Raj Kapoor, a little bit of everybody there, which what brings a sense of the nostalgia and familiarity. But otherwise, the arcs and everything is all fictional. It's all unique kind of characters.
Coming to your family now, is Nanik Jotwani your...
Nanik Jotwani is
your Nanik Jotwani?
He's based on my great grand uncle, people who ran Chicago radio and stuff. So that's all kind of like.
Has your family seen it? How did they react
They
to this?
haven't seen it as yet.
Oh, nobody.
What? No one's seen what? What?
No, my father's seen it.
Yeah.
But other than that, the extended family has not seen it, so they have no idea.
What is it?
Are you hoping some? Are you hoping because? Are you hoping some?
We'll see what happens when they see it.
Okay. Now, also like
I'm so sorry. अगर पंजाब में ऐसा हो रहा होता ना, उसके बाद में वो देखते हैं, ए विक्की ने की कितना देखो जरा. If you would have been a Punjabi.
I am sure this would have happened. Now, you know how his character puts together all the reels of the leftovers and brings about his own scene. Now, what's the most Edwin Jugad you've done in your career to salvage a situation?
It's kind of that situation only. Acting के bits लेके एक scene बना दिया. I mean, that's normally the You're saying in Jubilee or in life?
In life.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nothing as drastic as this, where someone's gone and destroyed something, they have to go and piecemeal stuff and all. But I think there's a truth in what Srikanth Roy says in the show. Ke acting is just editing, or filmmaking is editing. Yeah,
Filmmaking is editing.
There is a
rhythm पे आप लेके आ जाओ.
so there is an element of truth to that, in the sense that there's always a certain amount of, like, you've shot a scene very badly and you salvage it on the editing table, or you put together a great performance out of a decent performance on the editing table. That's just normal filmmaking. So, thankfully, I haven't had any accidents that have had to become that kind of thing.
One of my major moments in Jubilee was you dropping truth bombs at every now and then. Like, one of the truth bombs which you dropped was how masses don't follow heroines, they only follow the heroes. That was it's such a patriarchal statement to make, and which kind of I think it still holds true till now. It's there in 40s, said in 40s, it still holds true now. Do you feel that somehow things should have changed in between, or hoping that things will change in future?
I believe, and I think the women are better placed to answer this question. But I do believe that it should. I think we're running behind. And in fact, if anything, I feel that some of the movies in the era of the 50s and 60s actually were far ahead of their time compared to what we're making right now. If you have to compare, and if we talk about Bandhani, for example, the fact that you're talking about a major movie star of the time, Nutan, doing a leading role in a Vimal Roy film about a woman who's a convicted murderer and that kind of stuff. I think it's so ahead of its time then, it's ahead of its time right now as well.
Yeah.
I think we've gone a little backwards, storytelling in between, and I hope we come back to where it is right now. And I think I see signs of where we're doing it. I do think definitely in the streaming world, I believe the better stories are women-led stories and women-centric stories. I think there's a pattern around the world. You see that around the world as well. That there is
And जो आपने बात बोली कि उस समय बात बोली और आज भी रेलेवेंट, ऐसी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं.
जुबली में बहुत सारी ऐसी है.
चाहे वो ये मुद्दा हो कि एक्टर और स्टार दोनों एक अलग जर्नी है. चाहे वही आई थिंक नीलोफर कहती है वो लाइन कि रही होंगी फर्स्ट टाइम डायरेक्टर की कोई मजबूरियां. सो आई मीन वो आज भी if it's a first time director you have limitations, let's be honest. I mean इतने सालों 17 साल के बाद भी आज वही बात चल रही है.
True.
But also masses consist of mostly men. It
True.
also has to do a lot with gender equality in the world.
Yeah.
तो वो जो masses हैं वो लड़के ही हैं ज़्यादा, तो आप लड़कों की फिल्में दिखा रहे हैं तो वो ज़्यादा नहीं. I feel कि अभी तक हम वहाँ पहुँचे भी नहीं है. I think जैसे this one film that I did, it's a Punjabi film. It's a women-led story, women-led film, and it's a big hit. And it's maybe how the society is progressing now.
Yeah.
So I think it's more about us as a society progressing more, and I think वो masses में फिर हो जाएंगे.
Hope so. That's the idea. Hope so things change and for the better and sooner.
Yeah.
Hopefully not more 70 years to change things. Hopefully.
तो मर जाएंगे. फायदा नहीं है.
Maybe the next generation will have the benefit of it probably. That's how things happen.
But it is changing.
उनके लिए इतना कुछ करके जाए.
It is changing. It is changing, and I think it's changing also because we have so many different voices in our film industry, and so many different kinds of people telling stories, and also so many different kinds of people making decisions. It's not just the one particular system. And I know we speak a lot about family-driven business, etc., but there are a lot of people from outside, and because of that, I think it's a kind of like there is a sort of dynamism in what I mean, not dynamism. There is a kind of sort of change that is happening, and it's a step at a time. We also have to live that change, and whatever it is that we want, we have to make those choices as well. As girls and as actors and as people.
Take Aparna Purohit for example. She's heading
I mean, Amazon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also,
absolutely.
web is bringing a lot
Not
of
just
change,
with
I
actors,
think.
with everybody. Yeah.
Web is majorly bringing a lot of change in terms of Amazon investing so much money on us. And in terms of content, also films like Darlings and stuff that has really done well. So I think it's also the people, it's also the bigger platforms. Like for instance, Amazon, Netflix, Disney, they're all global platforms and they're taking these risks basically. So I think that's how the change happens when everyone sort of collaborates in a way.
Actually, जिगर भाई change तो हो रहा है, but I think बड़ा मुद्दा ये नहीं है कि change हो रहा है, हमें पता है. But that's I think बड़ा मुद्दा ये है कि शायद छोटे शहरों में नहीं हो रहा है, बड़े शहरों में हो रहा है. Grassroots level पे maybe things haven't changed.
Exactly.
Let's be honest. about it.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm not. I was going to say I disagree because if you go to if you see Malayalam cinema, look at the content they are consuming, or Tamil cinema, for example. Look at the content they are consuming, and those are sometimes it doesn't matter if it's a small film, if it's a woman-led film, if it's an elderly man is the protagonist of the film. They really.
I think that side of the country was always more evolved.
But it's our
I'm
country
majorly
now.
talking. You're right.
As one country.
Yeah. I meant
Rural side of India.
नहीं rural side उधर भी है. Rural side of this side of India.
More of the
Yeah.
So anyway, चलो ये तो
Whatever it is, it's all positive. We should be. We're going towards a good place.
इस conversation की silver जुबली बनाने को आगे
Ji, Prosenjit sir, now your last Hindi film was Shanghai. Will you be impressed if I tell you I've seen the one before that one called Veerta
Okay.
in 92, 93 if I'm not wrong, with Sunny Deol and Jaya Prada.
उन्होंने 350 फिल्में की हैं, वो भूल गए हैं.
I'm sure of it. He began acting in what? In
बोल रहे हैं,
68.
आप बोल रहे तो होगी.
He began acting in 68 if I'm not wrong, as a child artist in 68.
सर ये आंखें में कितनी young कैसे हैं सर?
True. Child artist 68, first hero 83.
Directed by Rishikesh Mukherjee.
Yes, Rishikesh
क्या
Mukherjee.
बात है.
Yes. Yes.
I was 5 years old.
Yeah. You also won an award for it if I'm not wrong.
I got all the awards.
Yeah. No,
That particular year, Dilip Kumar Saab got the BFJ award for Sagina Mahato.
Wow.
Best actor.
वाह जी.
And I was a child.
Okay. No, it's been
मुझे
40
लगता है कि मुझे
years.
इस कुर्सी से उठ जाना चाहिए.
All of us should just stand and interview Prosenjit.
I love you sir.
No, it's been 40 years you've been an actor, like as a main lead, 40 years an actor. How do you think filmmaking has changed, not taking into account the technological changes? Do you think people's perception has changed, people behind the cameras have changed, their emotions have changed?
I really don't see any changes in that way. If you don't talk about technology,
Yeah.
that's something it has changed.
Yeah.
And I'm very lucky that I have worked in all those,
True.
From black and white to digital. But honestly speaking, the ambience or the people, I always say when I go to any floor that if you see a still photographer, entire the world, the still photographer's characters are same. So that really hasn't changed. A makeup man का character वो 30 साल पहले भी जो था आज भी वही है. I think nothing has changed. Only maybe if you talk about the language cinema or regional cinema, yeah, the spaces are different. When you come to, it's like playing into a local ground and playing into a lodge. But otherwise, I think for cinema nothing changes, because end of the day it is your heart, it's your emotion. So those emotions, वो 40 साल पहले, 50 साल पहले, ये तो मेरा डैडी के टाइम पे भी वही था. We all are sitting here finally to see that audience should come out and say or watch it and say that yes, that wow, one word. वो 50 साल पहले भी वही था. Today also we all are sitting and talking because of that.
Yeah. Also, sir, which is why when I read Jubilee, the script for the first time, and I was like, it's the most relevant thing with the way it's written.
Absolutely.
End of the day, it's emotions, it's human emotions. And I'm reading the script, and I was like, this is literally something that I would watch.
Yeah.
And it just set a tone which was for everyone, not just one specific person or a few specific stories. All these stories that are there. And
sometimes when you think about it, it's Jubilee is almost like, you know how people want an into actors and like film people's lives. Jubilee is literally like that. It's like Instagram on steroids.
One thing I must say.
In the golden era.
What I realized is in last 10, 12, 15 years, whether it is in Bombay, whether it is in Calcutta, whether it is in Tamil, I think what has really changed, especially I'm talking about the actors, because they all are very young, the professionalism is much higher. That I think, because I had seen that, you know, not only my time, I'm talking about my dad's time. They used to take cinema, of course, they used to really do it in a very different level. Today, the generation is very professional. They think this is a kind of a business and we have to all be professional. That's a very positive.
Sir, बहुत शुक्रिया sir हमारी.
Yes, thank you, Dada.
That's a
very
sweet of you, sir.
positive.
That's a sweet of you.
Sir, you said a line in the film which says, "I've made you a star. Be a star. Don't be an actor." So when you became an actor, you wanted to become an actor. Or you wanted to become a star. When you
This
began.
is the line which has been asked, and I told you. But I think I should tell one thing. Tell me one name who's a star is not a good actor. Tell me one name. You have to be an actor.
Absolutely.
Shammi Kapoor ji, you see, his style was something, but he carried away for years, and people used to love it. So if he's not a good actor, now the thing is the model that I don't know how do I place myself. Right? I've seen the stardom. I have been with that commercial star. I shifted myself and wanted to be an actor. But if I would not be an actor, I would not have done those 300 films.
Yeah.
So I think now the role comes to these people.
Yeah.
They know what is the germ inside this actor. They will take out something very different from us.
True.
So, and I am an actor who really loves to work with the new age, new thoughts of directors, and I've been doing it constantly. So I think these are the people who will take another Prosenjit out.
Yeah.
So and that becomes a challenge for us.
True. Now, apart for your character as Vinod and as Madan, one thing I liked
All
was
the responsibilities.
thankfully you were not the saccharine sweet guy of 40s and 50s. You had your own flaws and you went out of your way to get what you wanted to, like you went out to achieve what you wanted to have, be it in the first episode or probably with the editing thing or as so how much of a change was it for you to not be a particular one tone, and how much is it of an image change is it for you from being at times interviewing actors to now being interviewed?
अच्छा ये आप यहाँ की बात कर रहे हैं?
ये भी बात कर रहा हूँ।
That's sweet of you, यार.
ये भी बात
I mean,
कर रहा हूँ।
I love being on that side. I've enjoyed my life there, and I still do that very, very often. I host a lot of chat shows and I moderate a lot of sessions for actors, for writers, for sports persons, and I love that chair. But thank you so much for giving me that respect. Coming to the film, see, image is not something जो मुझे ज़्यादा परेशान करती है. It was just about entering a different world and कॉमेडी के अलावा और कुछ करने का सिर्फ वो एक इच्छा होती है. It is not, I can never disrespect that side of my life, and I would rather as soon as possible jump onto that again, because उस दुनिया की एक अलग बीट है, यहाँ की एक अलग बीट है, दोनों अपने आप में प्योर है. But having said that, of course, this is in terms of filmmaking, this is the purest side you would come to, and courtesy, Vikram sir. So, but having said that, it was never in the head कि यार image makeover करना है कुछ. People who know me personally, उनको पता है कि I'm not that guy. I'm such a, मैं हमेशा present में, इतना ज़्यादा present में रहता हूँ. आज मेरे साथ कुछ गलत हो जाएगा, tomorrow morning I'll be the same guy at 7 a.m. and ready to go for it. So, I mean, I think image is not something which is bothering me. But touch wood, I feel very, very blessed to be a part of this team, and I hope better things to follow.
True. घर पे already एक hero है, बड़ा वाला hero है. So how was that hero's reaction to your?
Yeah, touch wood, his reaction. See, बहुत कम चीज़ों को देखकर उन्होंने, it's like आमिर खान इन दंगल जो शाबाश एंड में बोलते हैं ना, जो बहुत कम चीज़ों को देखकर उन्होंने शाबाश बोला. He hasn't seen the episode yet, but after watching the trailer, there were very few people I was waiting कि जिनका call या message आए. Of course, he's one of them. And yeah, I mean, I feel very happy that he liked the stuff I'm doing. So yeah.
Okay. Sidhant, for me, your character looks to me as a precursor to Vijay, the angry young man Because that's how I see it. Because you look like a cross between Guru Dutt and Chetan Anand, who directed Taxi Driver.
Can I like
That's how I look at your character. So what was the brief that you got from the person right next to you for your character?
I think it was never about the brief. It was actually the script and his. He just had this faith in me that I didn't have in me, to be honest. I couldn't understand it's a massive show. I was feeling a lot of pressure, but then I don't know. There is some sense of clarity that he always had, and the way he just saw me just gave me a sort of an assurance that I can do something like this. Even on the set, so there were a lot of switches in terms of character. It's a big journey. It's a lot of layers that will unfold, and a lot of emotions. And every single day is different. We don't shoot linear.
Yeah.
So those switches between Jai Khanna when he began to when he lost everything to when he got back into his feet and to the transition that happens. At times I would not know, but he would just come and just whisper these little things in my ears, and that would just work like magic for me. So it's like I mean, with my co-actors, there is a great give and take, but then I think that this is the give and take that I had with him, the actor-director give and take. I feel it's just everything just fell into place by the end of it, so I'm happy.
Aditi, with your character Sumitra Kumari, she chooses love over business in the first episode, if you see it, and then which ends up going into revenge zone by the end, as you end of it. Is revenge an emotion for Aditi?
That's such a cool question.
Oh my God! Wow. ये अभी तक का best question है Aditi. और हमने answer कर दिया हंसी से.
We all want to know the answer.
I think can please say something on your behalf.
All of us are going like this now.
जिगर भाई, I want to say something. मैंने एक बार ना आदिति को पूछा, मैंने कभी तुम्हें गुस्से में देखा ही नहीं है, कभी तो गुस्सा आता होगा. कहती नहीं यार, अपार जब मुझे गुस्सा आता है ना तो मैं रो पड़ती हूँ. I was like, हाय यार, ये लड़की कितनी sweet और not a lot of people we know that were kind in this world.
Yeah.
You know, we have stopped using the expression kind.
Yeah.
So she's very, very kind and gentle and sweet, all of it together. Aditi, I love you. Now you can answer the question.
जब अपार पहले दिन कुछ कपड़े पहन गया था, तब अदिति का गुस्सा देखना चाहिए था आपको.
कब?
फर्स्ट डे प्रमोशन.
कोई गुस्सा नहीं था. वो आपका गुस्सा था, पाजी रहने दो. इनको कोई गुस्सा नहीं था मुझसे. कैजुअल की बात कर रही है.
That casual jacket, don't you remember?
But okay, I find revenge or envy and I'm not saying this because I'm sitting over here. I really think they're very wasteful emotions. I genuinely feel that. But I do feel that when you believe in something, and when that belief comes from a constructive place, and I know that maybe for a serial killer, the belief is to kill somebody. I don't mean that. I'm talking about not people with some kind of a issue, but I'm saying just for us, when you really believe in something and you suppose love, you will possibly do whatever it is that you can to fight for justice. But yes, sometimes people just get so swayed by what is right and what is wrong, and those lines get blurred. To cut a long story short, personally, I think it's horrible to take revenge and to be envious or to put down people, because I think if you want to get something done, or if you want, if you genuinely believe that there is something that you feel very strongly about, you have to take people with you, and you can tell you can say something to a person kindly, and they will listen to you, and you can work it out together. What is the point of sitting in your own little castle and fuming when the other person is feeling alienated and put down by you? So you can do it together. I find that better. This is very personal, but for Sumitra Kumari, she was sometimes I feel like sometimes actors, and this is my empathy for her. I feel like she's like a little lost girl, she's a lonely girl. In this castle of hers, she's probably gotten there as a very, very young girl. She is kind of and I'm not saying she bichari, poor little trapped girl, rich girl. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying it's a genuine thing. You know, you have all the power, but you may not have all the tools to deal with it. And somewhere, doesn't everybody want love? I think it's the most important thing in the whole world.
Absolutely true.
Love is the most important thing. It can solve everything. And for her, that's what she yearns for the most. So in her journey, I kind of feel empathy for her. I wish she was not so, like, she didn't harrow so many people around her and harrow herself.
That's so much fun.
Yeah, but playing her.
Me and revenge is so much like so
Exactly,
juicy.
but yeah, you're right. And you know, somewhere I feel like because it's so alien for me, I do feel that playing her, and I think Vikram sir also showed me a film that kind of helped me. It was almost like for me, this body language is really not me. But I felt so kind of liberated playing this creature who's just like so, she just looks down on everybody. It's just like, who are you, vermin? Get away from me.
You know, I think
But
you
now
are
do
set for that age. For 40, 50, you were like, if you would have been 40, 50, you would have been like the
I would have been like this.
queen. You've been the queen on the 40, 50s.
Queen, yeah.
Queen.
Oh, thanks.
You would have been-
I'll take that. I'll take
I would love to be the
But
queen.
I would have been a benevolent queen.
बट अब आप समझे मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ?
जी,
वो
जी, जी।
इंसान ही इतनी अच्छी है और वैसे देखा जाए ना अच्छाई बहुत दुनिया में है हमें नजर नहीं आती है. लोग हमेशा जो बात कह रही थी कि मतलब देयर इज नो नीड फॉर सच थिंग्स और वो इनको मिलके ज्यादा और आई थिंक ऑथेंटिकेट हो जाएगा. नो यू राइट अबाउट इट यार.
दीदी मानने को तैयार ही
अरे यार आए थे यार कमाल
क्या
है.
कह रहे हैं?
ये तो राइट
तारीफ नहीं मान रही है तो.
चलो ठीक है तुम अच्छी हो ही नहीं. यू फेकिंग इट.
Fake it.
Okay.
I think this was Apar's BTS. He used to keep like, ye asli, actually he used to do interviews with me.
मैंने
अच्छा
चार-
फिर ऐसे होता है, then how do you react in this situation? ऐसे होता है, then how do you react?
इन्होंने सीरीज के अंदर मेरे पीछे जासूस छोड़े थे. मैंने रियल लाइफ में छोड़े थे. पता लगा कि सच में ऐसी है क्या?
And then he used to say, by God, तू सच में बड़ी अच्छी है.
Okay.
मैंने आप बोला था भाई बट इट्स
अच्छा चल ठीक.
Okay, I've got few quick questions, just
Ji,
one word answers.
let's
Vikram sir, who used to take longest to get ready?
Sidhant.
Always the boys. Sir, but it's true, it's always the boys. They look the most in the mirror also.
Oh God.
Always.
That's true.
क्लैरिफाई करो ये
Always.
इमेज खराब हो रही है मेरी.
Girls are maligned.
Okay. Who's the
Amazing.
Okay. Who's the most punctual from all of?
सिद्धांत.
Apar. Apar.
क्या
And Dada.
And
That's a front
first
picture.
man on set is Aparshakti Khurana.
Who's the last person to come? Least punctual.
सर आप जगह का नाम ले लो.
Ram Kapoor. He's not here only, Ram Kapoor.
वही the person who is not here उनका नाम ले लो. We have the entire day to go.
Okay. One person who's mostly on the phone.
Her, na?
Reels.
You know, I have that. This much I have to know that you're always doing some social media stuff.
I think that would be me.
You're never on the phone.
I'm always like taking photos and then correcting
She's
photos.
always
Or Pratik, actually.
Pratik.
Pratik, our DOP.
Phone को बैठ गया नहीं.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the one take artist who takes the least amount of retakes from your?
All of us. Wow.
The one take artist is Dada.
No.
सर दादा.
Okay. If you were a star in 40s and 50s, who would you want to be? If you were a star in 40s and 50s, who would you want to be?
Audrey Hepburn.
देवानंद सर.
Devanand sir.
Oh, अच्छा, Indian.
Yeah, anyone. I know you're a fan of Audrey Hepburn. I know that. Dada?
Bob. I don't know. Raj Kapoor.
Wamiqa.
राजेश खन्ना.
That's 40s and 50s, bhai. Not 60s and 70s.
You're saying
40s and 50s.
Yeah.
60s and 70s.
Not here.
Yeah, he was in my head.
He was
59 mein.
I want to say Indian, Madhu Balaji.
Raj Kapoor was in 40s, 50s.
Yeah, you could be a director of 40s and 50s also.
Oh, not Gurudutt. First, I don't want that first. I'd say Devanand. I think Devanand is. I mean, I have so much respect for him as a producer. Like
Yeah.
setting up Navketan, the directors he's launched, the movies he's done.
My hero. Siddharth?
Can I say Dilip Kumar? I know he came a little after, but
Yeah, he worked. Yeah, he worked in that
50s,
era.
50s again.
So then I think Meena Kumari. I
And
know.
I think, you know,
But I think it's the kind of life that I don't think कि जैसे मैं इस वक्त सोचती हूँ अपनी ज़िंदगी को लेके या whatever, I can never have that life. तो why not? That extremism and all of that, I would. Why not?
True. Cool. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much.